So I lost almost 100 pounds by following the most important rule of weight loss, which is in order to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. Now, you don't have to count calories to be in a calorie deficit, but you cannot lose weight unless you are in a calorie deficit. And it doesn't matter what kind of diet you do, how many detox teas you drink, how much apple cider vinegar you consume, or even how many superfoods you eat. If doing those things does not put you in a calorie deficit, then you will not lose weight unless someone surgically removes the fat off of you. It will not happen unless you're in a calorie deficit. So what is this calorie deficit and how can you get in one? Well, first let's start off with defining what a calorie is. So a calorie is a unit of energy, and we get this energy through the food and the drink that we consume. And throughout the day, you're using and you're burning these calories and this energy. Well, the total amount of energy that you're using throughout the day, or the total amount of calories that you're burning throughout the day, is called your total daily energy expenditure, or your TDEE. You will also hear it referred to as your maintenance calories, because it's the total amount of calories that you are burning just to complete your daily functions and tasks and just to survive. All right, so if you eat more than your TDEE, or more than the number of calories that you are expending throughout the day, you will gain weight. So if calories in is greater than calories out, it will equal weight gain. Now, if you eat the same amount of calories that you are burning throughout the day, your weight will stay the same. So if calories in equal calories out, then your weight will remain the same. However, if you eat less calories than you are burning throughout the day, so you eat less food than you are burning, you will lose weight, and that will be placing you in a calorie deficit, because if calories in is less than calories out, it will equal weight loss, and that is the weight loss formula. You have to consume less than you burn in order to lose weight. Of course, there are other factors, but that is the foundation. Calories in have to be less than calories out in order to lose weight. All right, so now let's estimate about how many calories you're burning on average per day, so you can come up with the right amount of calories to put you in a calorie deficit and help you lose weight. And there are two ways that I would suggest doing this. All right, so the first way is quicker, but it is far less accurate, but it will give you a good starting point, and that is to use a TDEE calculator. And one that I found online that is really popular is tdeecalculator.net. There are several other calculators out there, but please know that these calculators will only give you estimates. They are not 100% accurate at all. One other option that you could do as far as with the TDEE calculator is to try multiple calculators and get a number, get your maintenance calories from each calculator, take all those numbers and add them up and get an average. But in my opinion, the best way to calculate your maintenance calories is to listen to your body. All right, first I would suggest downloading a calorie tracking app like MyFitnessPal and tracking everything that you consume over the course of 2 to 4 weeks. And you're going to want to take a weekly average of your calories. And then I want you to weigh yourself daily. Try not to get all in your head about weighing yourself in the scale. This is just for data. So hop on that scale, weigh yourself daily, and you're going to take a weekly average for 2 to 4 weeks, and you're going to watch your weight each week and see what it does. So from week to week, is your weight steadily increasing? If from week to week your weight is going up, you are consuming too much food. I want you to lower your calories, track again for maybe 2 weeks, and see what your weight is doing from week to week. Has your weight leveled off? Did it go up? If your weight has leveled off, you have found your maintenance calories, and from there we will adjust you down in order to put you in a calorie deficit. Now, the two differences between listening to your body and the TDEE calculator is that a calculator is going to go ahead and give you a random number based off of the stuff that, or a number based off of the information that you put into the calculator, and you will eat at those number of calories per day and see what your weight does as well. You still need to download that MyFitnessPal app, or however you want to track your calories, and you still should watch your weight and see what that is doing, because you will have to adjust with that as well. On the other end, with listening to your body, you're just tracking everything that you're consuming on a weekly basis on average, and watching what your weight is doing with that. So either way, with either options, you're going to have to make adjustments and to come up with that maintenance calorie number where your weight is just steady. It's just hanging right there, and then we will deduct from there. All right, so side note, if you are currently losing weight, then you are already in a calorie deficit. And I know you're not going to want to come out of a calorie deficit to figure out your maintenance calories, but honestly, figuring out your maintenance calories can be a really good thing, because you're not going to always want to eat at a calorie deficit. There's going to be times when you might hit a plateau, or when you just want to maintain or just take a diet break, and knowing your maintenance calories will really be helpful during those times. And what you will do is similar. So instead of lowering your calories, if you're eating too much, you are eating less than your body needs, so you would need to increase your calories. So if you're eating 1,800 calories and you're losing weight, slowly increase your calories. So go from 1,800 per day, maybe 1,850 or 1,900 per day, and see if you stop losing weight. So when you stop losing weight and your weight levels off from week to week to week, then you know that you are at maintenance calories. All right, so now that you have this maintenance number, what do you do with it in order to lose weight or to put you in a calorie deficit? And there are 3 different options that you can play around with. The first option is, of course, reducing the amount of food and drink that you consume. So if you are eating about 2,000 calories on average per day, and that's your maintenance, so your weight is here, I would suggest maybe reducing that number by 100 to 500. So maybe if it's 2,000, you may go from 2,000 to 1,900 or 1,800. I wouldn't start off at the 500 calorie reduction. I would leave myself a little cushion in there. And you also don't want to start off this journey hungry, right? I'm always of the mindset I want to eat as much as I can and still lose weight. So if reducing 100 from my maintenance is going to help me lose weight, then I'm going to go with that 100, because I don't like to be hungry, y'all. I like to eat. So maybe start off with 100 and see what that gives you, or 200. And you know, we have other options too. So option 2 would be to increase your movement. So you can increase your movement, and that's going to help you burn calories. So add in exercise if you're not exercising, add in an additional walk after work, or just move, clean up the house, girl. You know your house needs to be clean anyway. Do something to add in more movement. And option 3 would be to do a combination of both. You can reduce your calories some, so maybe just reduce your calories from 2,000 to 1,900 or 1,950. Increase your activity level, so add in a workout, add in more movement, and see what that does. But whatever you decide to do, I want you to hold right there for about 4 weeks and just evaluate and see what that is doing for you. If your weight is not moving, of course, adjust. But I do not want you to drastically reduce your calories. And what I mean by drastically reducing your calories is going from taking your maintenance and dropping it more than 500 calories. So if you're at 2,000 calories again at maintenance, and you drop it down to 1,000 calories, that is drastically reducing your calories. I would not drop it more than 500. I would not go below 1,500 calories. Honestly, and then you need to determine what your BMR is. So I would not eat at or below my BMR. We haven't talked about BMR, but if you plug all your numbers, your weight, height, sex, all that stuff into the TDEE calculator, you will see that it gives you a number called your BMR, and that's your basal metabolic rate. And that is the amount of calories that your body will burn if you are just laying on the sofa doing nothing every day. Those are the total amount of calories that your body needs just to live and to function. And check it out, it's a lot more calories than what you're probably thinking. So definitely stay away from that BMR number, and definitely don't reduce your calories more than 500. So just take it slow and track and pay attention to what your body is telling you. But drastically reducing your calories can honestly backfire on you and stall your weight loss, and you do not want to do that unless a doctor has told you for some reason to drastically reduce your calories. That is the only reason why I would drastically reduce my calories. There you have it. So in order to lose weight, you guys, you have to be in a calorie deficit. And I know that there are other things that will affect this, even if you're in a calorie deficit, like sickness or illness, lack of sleep, hormones. There are so many things that can affect your weight. But when you look at the foundation of everything. You have to have that calorie deficit in order to lose weight. Now, if you're interested, I'm going to link a video somewhere here or in the description below that talks about what I did and some of the things I did to put myself in a calorie deficit, or some of the things I stopped doing actually to put myself in a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. So definitely check that out. And if you got any value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And remember, you are blessed, you're beautiful, you are strong, and you got this, and you can do this. Remember, 1 pound at a time, you can do this. And I will see you at the next video. Bye.